KJFM radio app. Now to the diamond for high school baseball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
And good morning from Quincy Notre Dame High School as the Pittsfield Saukees get ready for some baseball action today. They're playing in the regional final against the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders. Maddie Ingram, Gordon Sanders will be bringing you the game this morning as field is, well, it's in pristine condition. It's a turf field, so turf infield and grassed outfield, a really nice field here at Quincy Notre Dame. We'll talk about everything next in the pregame show on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Cliff and Cara at Show Me Caviar and State Farm in Pittsfield.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice is seeking compassionate nurses to join our work family. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and flexible scheduling. Don't wait. Apply today at PikeCountyHealth.org.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
And the Pittsfield Saukees, they got a big win the other night to get them to this position, the regional final today. So trying to stay alive in postseason, and they'll be taking on Quincy Notre Dame, the Raiders. And this has been an exceptional team to watch all season long. The Pittsfield Saukees have been, and they're going to have a tough match today, Gordon, as Quincy Notre Dame is known for being an elite program.
Pittsfield, one of only 3 teams still alive as far as diamond sports throughout the Twin Pike region. The Pittsfield Saukees, the Pleasant Hill Lady Wolves, and the Ellsbury Indians seasons are all still advancing. Pittsfield needs to win today to keep going. Pleasant Hill, same thing. That game was rescheduled, so that'll be action that's coming up next.
Yes, and so last night there was that possibility of rain continuing to linger, so they went ahead and they called the game, so they would postpone and rescheduled for today at 3 o'clock. So Pleasant Hill Lady Wolves will be taking on the Liberty Eagles, and you can hear that game later this afternoon, as well as we'll bring you all the action right here on 102.1 on your dial on KJFMradio.com, KJFM Radio app. You can check out our YouTube page. We have it pretty much anywhere you want to be.
Maddie, speak to the facilities a little bit here, because you have a great appreciation for what they've done, right?
Yeah, so it is a really nice facility, a big field close to the road, and it is an all turf infield and then the grass outfield, but you can't really tell a difference in the lip whenever you're transitioning from the infield turf to the outfield grass. And so it's going to be probably an adjustment, but big field, big, nice facility. And I would say that these fields and these complexes are a lot better than some of the colleges that you see, especially even in the area. So they've really taken good care of this, and you can tell that they really care about their diamond sport program.
The seats behind home plate for the fans.
So nice.
Yeah, very nice.
It's a lot like Silex. If you've been there, they have some really nice seating. And so they have like a full section of it here, which makes it really nice for fans who are coming out to the ball game. If you can't make it, we have you covered right here. We will talk about our keys to the game next, and we'll hear from Coach Jared Hines on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM, sponsored by Vicki Cadwallader Real Estate in Louisiana.
It's the postseason, so it's easy to say that you just got to do all the little things right to get out there and win this game. It is a regional final today, so there's a lot at stake, and Pittsfield looking to bring home some hardware. We got to catch up with Coach Jared Hines to talk about the keys to the game for the Pittsfield Saukees.
Q&D, obviously a team that has 30-plus wins. They're a phenomenal team. You know, we're playing pretty good baseball, too, as well right now. And I know our boys are excited anytime Pittsfield and Q&D plays. It's a big rivalry in any sport. So I know they'll be up, we'll be up. You know, we're going to have to play really good baseball against them and, you know, can't walk guys, can't give extra opportunities. Defensively, we got to make the plays. Can't have errors or they'll make you pay.
And that was Coach Jared Hines. Before this ball game, we were able to catch up with him and get his thoughts on what they need to do before coming into this ball game. And so their lineup is going to look a little bit different. We'll also hear from him about the starting lineups in just a little bit as well. But Gordon, I think today you just can't let the stage get too big for you and that spotlight that comes with it.
Win or go home is a huge, exciting time of year, you know, until somebody goes home. Mm-hmm. But the Pittsfield Saukees coming up here to play the Q&D Raiders, and in these facilities, it does take on a little bit bigger feel.
It is, and so Q&D obviously has that home field advantage today, but Pittsfield, they've put in the work and they know what they're expected of this season, and it's always a really tough matchup when these two teams do face off, so we look for the best. We'll have your starting lineups next on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Ridehouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
Hi, this is Amy at Community State Bank of Missouri. Did you know we offer health savings accounts? If you have a high deductible health plan, you may qualify for a health savings account. HSAs are designed to help you save your money to help pay your deductible. Talk to your employer about our health savings account and let them know you want to keep your money right here at home. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
But with an active lifestyle of sports come health risk and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clapton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Casey Sutton, certified athletic trainer with Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
Our starting lineups today, we will hear from Coach Jared Hines in just a moment, but some things are looking different for the Pittsfield Saukees. We'll run down their lineup and Quincy's after we hear from Coach Hines.
Brendan Tomhave will be getting the start on the mound, junior right-hander for us. It's been really solid. Between him and Connor Allen, those guys have been our 1 and 2 guys, and really, I feel like anytime one of them's pitching, that's our number one. They both have been that good for us this year, so hopefully Brendan can take us to the next step and put us in a position to win a regional.
And so you heard it here. It's Brendan Tomhave who will get the start. So let's run down that lineup for the Pittsfield Saukees, who will be the visitors in this ball game. Leading off, it's Luke Sachs, the catcher, followed by Brendan Tomhave, the pitcher. The center fielder, Nolan Daniel, will bat third. The cleanup hitter today is Connor Allen. He'll be playing left. The third baseman, Hayden Gratton, will be in the 5 spot. The 6th spot is Justin Pinnock. He'll be playing shortstop. Second baseman, Tim Hull, will bat 7th. Batting 8th, it's Clayton Reinhart. And then Luke Archer is in right field. So for Pittsfield, it's Sachs, Tomhave, Daniel, Allen, Gratton, Pinnock, Hull, Reinhart, and then Archer. Taking a look at the starting lineup for Quincy Notre Dame, the Raiders leading off today. It looks like we are actually going to do the national anthem, so we will pause and come back with the finish of that starting lineup next.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat Debit Card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat Debit Card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance and financial service needs. Call, email, text, or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield, a family-oriented office, is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicky Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
And we're going to get started maybe just a couple of minutes early here today. So let's just go ahead and set the defense for Quincy Notre Dame. In left field, it's Evan Kinning, and then in center field, it's Tucker Tollerton. Colin Kirk will be playing right field. At third base today, it's Brady Kindhart. At shortstop, Jake Linenfessler. At second base, it's Nolan Robb. And then at first base, it's Dalton Miller. Behind the plate, it's Michael Stupowski. And then at the pitcher's rubber, it's Jake Schischler. So getting the start today is Schischler for the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders. Maddie Ingram and Gordon Sanders in with you this morning as the Pittsfield Saukees are looking to win a regional final here today. Gordon.
Pittsfield Saukees coming in against QND. QND, talked about it before. In baseball, Pittsfield's record's nice, 26-4. When you only lose one game through the course of the season,
that's a tough matchup. So Quincy Notre Dame has only lost one game this season. They are 31-1, whereas the Pittsfield Saukees, they've put together a really nice year. And those losses that they have had came at the beginning of the season. And so you really haven't seen Pittsfield lose very much, and they're just one of those powerhouse teams, and they're taking on another powerhouse team. It only makes sense that they're in this regional final together. And we are ready for baseball. Leading things off for Pittsfield, it's going to be Luke Sachs. First pitch he sees is in for a strike. Outside corner. No 1 to count on Sachs. He sees the ball low, making it 1-1. It'll be Sachs, Tomhave, Daniel. If anybody gets on, it'll be Connor Allen. Ball 2 in the dirt. Well, ball 2 in the turf. that can be a factor today as well. That ball skips a little bit differently off the turf, so could go over your shoulder easily. This one is chopped hard to the shortstop, coming up with it and making a light throw that actually bounces into the first baseman, a scoop from Dalton Miller to get the out, and Luke Sachs is recorded as the first out of the ball game. Not a very strong throw from Lennon Fessler. Out on that front leg, he was running, making the throw on the run. Big swing from Brennan Tomhave. Some good drop action to it for strike one. Tomhave digs back in. He wears number 2 and bats from the right-hand side. This one is poked into left field. It may drop, and it does. Finds the grass for a single with one out. Good piece of hitting from Brennan Tomhave, looking to just make contact, and that's what you've got to do. Be now Nolan Daniel. And Carter Frazier will come in to run for Brennan Tomhave, as Tomhave is the pitcher today for the Saukees. So umpire will write it down. Courtesy runner at first base. And Nolan Daniel at the plate. Daniel is the center fielder. He bats on the left-hand side. He digs in and waits for the first pitch. He sees the first one in the dirt for ball one. Schisler will take a quick peek at the runner. This one is chopped hard over the first baseman's head. He jumps up to make the stop. He tags on first base and then throws it over to second base to get the double play. So QND turns the double play to end the top half of the first. We're headed to the bottom half on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-American Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Getting ready to start the bottom of the first inning. Let's go ahead and set the defense for the Pittsfield Saukees. In left field, it'll be Connor Allen. In center field, Nolan Daniel. In right field, it's Luke Archer. At third base, Hayden Gratton. Justin Pinnock is at shortstop today. Tim Hull at second base. Clayton Reinhardt at first. Behind the dish, it'll be Luke Sachs. And then getting the start today from the bump, it's Brennan Tomhave. So the top of the first ended with a double play. Couple of hard choppers hit into the ground on this turf. Looked like it may have gotten over the head of the first baseman, Dalton Miller, but he jumped up, was able to step on first base, and then fire a missile over to second. Jake Lindenfessler was there to cover, and that's how they got the double play.
Miller, a good-sized lad for the Raiders.
Yeah, there's a couple of bigger guys. They definitely make it tough just from that physical standpoint of comparison of these two teams. Strike one is in from the hand of Brennan Tomhave. That's a good start to this ball game. That pitch carries out of the zone for ball one. So 1-1 now the count. We'll run down this lineup here for Quincy Notre Dame. It'll be Schisler, Tollerton, Miller, Kindhart, Lindenfessler, Stupasky, Robb, Kenning, and Kirk. That one just misses inside. 2-1. A very rowdy Quincy Notre Dame group below us. This is a big game. It makes sense that they're pumped up. 2-1. This one is hit hard right back at Brennan Tomhave up the middle for a single. So that's how things will start for the Raiders. Brings Tucker Tollerton to the plate. Tollerton, the center fielder. That runner at first base with no outs. As we mentioned, Brennan Tomhave gets the start today. Coach Jared Hines talked about Tomhave and Connor Allen kind of rotating in that one spot. And first pitch is a ball to Tollerton. Tomhave will take a look at the runner. Runner extends his lead. That pitch is in for a strike, 1-1. The only downside to the scoreboard is how faint the lights are. Big swing, got a bat on it, but held on to by Luke Sachs. That's strike 2. 1-2 now the count with the runner at first base and no outs. Regional final baseball from Quincy Notre Dame High School this morning on Eagle 102. Kind of a check there, but 2-2. Bat head didn't come across to be called for a strike. Hands went forward, body motion went forward, but no swing from the batter Tollerton. So now 2-2 with that pitch that was upstairs. The 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Gets him for a strikeout there. That's a good way to bounce back by Tomhave. He gets out number 1. And now to the plate, it's the 3 spot, Dalton Miller.
One away in the bottom of the first. Scoreless ball game at QND.
Tomhave shakes off the pitch, so they opt for another. He comes set. They're going to check on the runner at first base. He's back in safely. Throw was a little wide, but Reinhardt was able to recover to get the ball back to Tomhave. The next. Taking off on the pitch. Runner is in safely to second base. They hold the tag on anyways, as it was hard to stop from continuing to dive head first as Tollerton. He kind of slid right over the bag.
Get a little bit of extra slide on turf.
You do. 1-0 the count. Tomhave will step off and then come set again. Tomhave takes a look at the runner. This one is hit hard into left center field. Going back at the warning track and making the catch after 2 corrections. That was Nolan Daniel. He gets the ball in quickly. Pinnock makes the stop on that cutoff man. Runner now to third, but 2 outs. That's a big out there for Pittsfield. It brings Brady Kinehart, the cleanup hitter, to the plate.
2 away, runner in scoring position for the Raiders.
Kinehart digs in. Sachs sets up on that outside corner. He's able to frame it in for a strike. 0-1. Trying to maybe stay away from this 4-hitter. A nice ground ball would be ideal to get out of this inning. The next pitch from Tomhave. Went outside again. This time it's for a ball, 1-1. As Tomhave comes set. This one is off speed, making the stop.
Agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for ego. Power beyond belief.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
0-2 the count on Connor Allen. It'll be 4-5-6 due up for the Saukees as he swings and misses at that pitch, but it gets away from the catcher. He's going to hustle down the first baseline, and he is on. Despite swinging at strike 3, that drop third strike allows Connor Allen to hustle down the line. Now brings Hayden Gratton to the plate with no outs and a runner at first base. Schischler definitely has the velocity in comparison to some of the pitchers we've seen this season. Just missing outside for ball 1. Good eye by Gratton. Pittsfield has been aggressive at the plate through 1 inning. This one is hit hard up the middle. That's going to be a single that gets into center field. Lined right back up the middle, exactly where it came from. Good piece of hitting from Hayden Gratton. Good adjustment at the plate. It's all about timing.
Giving the Saukees a runner in scoring position early here on that missed third ball.
That drop third strike definitely comes back to haunt them. If Pittsfield can capitalize, this is where they need to do it. It's Pinnock at the plate with runners at first and second and no outs. Just get a ball to the green. He flashed bunt, pulled it back. Ball carries outside for ball 1. Top of the second, no score. Pittsfield at the plate. Flashing bunt again. Can't get it down. They're saying that I'm wondering if he didn't pull it back the first time. They may have actually called that in for a strike, the first pitch. We have 1-1. We'll see how that goes. Pinnock at the plate, and he's digging in. Takes a big cut. Now 1-2. So we were right. Scoreboard was wrong. Pinnock doesn't look like he feels very comfortable in that batter's box. He's going to have to make an adjustment here against Schischler to try to move his teammates along. Pitch is outside, ball 2.
Runners at first and second for the Saukees, nobody out. Second inning.
Gratton at first, it's Connor Allen at second, and Pinnock at the plate. He looks at that one. Umpire wasn't letting it go by this time. That's strike 3, a strikeout looking for Justin Pinnock.
So the Raiders record the first out here in the top of the second inning. Saukees with runners on first and second.
Now Tim Hull steps in the batter's box. Schischler will take a look at Connor Allen at second base. Nobody is covering the bag, so they're not super worried about him. He will step off, though, just to get Allen to reset, head back to the bag, and Allen gets his lead off again. Shortstop is sneaking behind Allen, but goes back to his position. Ball low for the first pitch to Hull. Looking to advance the runners if he can. They opted for the bunt. Didn't necessarily work out with Pinnock. He ended up becoming a strikeout looking. The next pitch. This one is hit hard back towards some cars. It's a good thing Coach told us to move. That was a laser. How it missed any of those cars in that path, beyond me.
Quickly becomes the game within the game where you park.
It does. 1-1. Make it 2-1. Ball was low.
You can feel the anticipation on those liners into the parking lot.
Mm-hmm. People are like, oh, I hope it's not my car. I want to be as far away as possible, even if it means that I'm parking in another location. Oh, and okay. So Hull is granted time. Schischler was taking a look at the runner at second base. He has to end up stepping off. So 2-1 the count to Tim Hull, second baseman. He digs in, off speed, high. Been able to work a few counts pretty well and see pitches that Pittsfield wants to see, pitches that they can swing on and drive up the middle. Being smart in their plate approach. (3-1). Oh, late call on that strike on the inside corner. Hull was walking his way down to first base. He thought, well, we can load the bases with that one, but he's rung up. It's 3-2. So a battle at the plate as Hull comes set. Grattan gets his lead, and Allen has his. Fouled off. Back to the parking lot. So they'll try 3-2 again.
One away, runners at first and second for the Saukees. Full count on Hull.
The delivery from Schischler. Oh, gets caught looking on the outside. That's 2 strikeouts back-to-back looking, recorded by the Saukees. After getting the first 2 runners on, they've had 2 looking strikeouts with Reinhardt now at the plate. Almost hits him. He backs off. Ball 1.
Reinhardt batting from the other side of the plate.
Reinhardt gets tied up. A very choppy swing, almost becomes defensive. 1-1. Steps back in. Let's see if Schischler opts for the same pitch or tries to back him off more. But no. 2-1. This was a great start to the inning, but back-to-back looking strikeouts have definitely defined the inning as Reinhardt takes ball 3.
Schischler having to work out of a hole again.
Schischler takes a look at Connor Allen at second, then opts to throw towards home. Big swing, not on time. Now 3-2. Gonna have to protect as Reinhardt, the 8 spot, looks to extend this inning. The next pitch, off speed and just missing. I think it fooled the umpire. So now the bases are loaded for the 9 spot, Luke Archer. Everyone's kind of asking where that is, hands over heads.
Bases loaded for the Saukees here in the top of the second inning. 2 away, Archer at the plate.
Luke, the 9 spot, will look to turn over the order and get a run across for Pittsfield. Pitch high and inside, but taken for a strike. 0-1 the count. The next, as everybody gets their lead. Off speed again. That one does find the zone. Strike 2. Archer's going to have to swing the bat. And now he's in a tough spot as this is a pitcher's count. Schischler has room to work, but if a ball gets past his catcher, 1 run comes across the score. As that one is fouled hard off the catcher's mask and back to the screen. So staying alive is Archer. 2 outs, bases loaded for the 9 spot. This is a big moment here. If Pittsfield can get the lead, that says a lot. Next pitch, just missing. Tough take with 2 strikes. 1-2. Had some diving action to the outside corner.
Like Reinhardt, Archer, a left-handed batter.
Pittsfield claims a lot of lefties. Off speed, 2-2. Tried to get him to chase on that outside. Jake Schischler, the pitcher. Luke Archer in the left-hand side of the batter's box with the 2-2 count. Make it 3-2. Nowhere to put him. Pittsfield would like to get on the board any way they can, even if that means that run was walked in. Because then it sets up bases loaded again for the top of the order. Good battle by Archer as he fouls this one out of play, making the pitcher work and getting that count up. (3-2). Catches him swinging. Off speed, he went chasing, so that ends the bases loaded threat. We're headed to the bottom of the second inning. Still no score on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Central State Bank of Illinois, Hanel's Service Station, and Lynn's Heritage House.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102, brought to you by Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and A Taste of Philly.
Going to the bottom of the second inning, the Pittsfield Saukees and the QND Raiders, they're tied up at 0. It's regional finals action from QND today. Outstanding ballpark, outstanding day for baseball. This is the first of 2 games, doubleheader action on Eagle 102 coming up at 3 o'clock, which is when the first pitch is scheduled, so 2:45 pregame. On KJFM radio, we'll have the Pleasant Hill Lady Wolves in regional finals action as well. Again, this scoreless as we're going to the bottom of the second inning. QND coming to the plate right now, leading off the shortstop for the QND Raiders. Wearing number 18, batting from the right side of the plate, steps in, Tom Have. Brendan on the mound delivers the first pitch. First pitch is low for a ball. And the next one's high. Tom Have settling back in, getting ready for his next delivery. And hits the shortstop. Takes the ball, trying to determine if it caught him in the arm or the back. Makes his way down to first. It stung a little bit. Stepasky, the catcher, wears number 9, coming into the plate for QND. Still looking to shake things off a little bit as he makes his way down to first. That's Linenfelser, the shortstop for the QND Raiders. Still shaking it off, giving him just a minute. Got hit with the 2-ball count. Now he's getting settled in, putting his sliding glove on. And getting ready for the next pitch.
Stepaski at the plate with Lindenfessler over at first. On the outside, first strike.
2-ball count when he took the pitch. It looked like off of his arm. At first thought it was small of his back, but stung a little bit. Might leave a mark. Finds himself at first.
They're going to check on the runner, making him dive back in after being hit by a pitch. Well, that's just rough.
0-1 count.
Gets past the catcher, Luke Sachs, and taking second base is
Lindenfessler, the shortstop for the QND Raiders, slides in safely.
Stepaski at the plate. 1-1. He digs back in as Tom Have looks over at second base. Next pitch, called for a strike. It is. A very small signal from the umpire. Not a grand gesture to let you know exactly what is happening. Tom Have shakes off Sachs and opts for another pitch after taking a look at the runner. Big swing and a miss. That's a strikeout with a runner at second base. Saukees recording 1 out. Need 2 more. Be nice to strand that runner. Nolan Robb now steps into the batter's box. He's the second baseman, and he'll be batting from the right-hand side. A pinched stance. And he calls time.
So 1 out recorded so far for the Saukees here in the bottom of the second inning. Lindenfessler, the shortstop, after being hit by a pitch, then stole second base. And that's where he's at now in scoring position with 1 away.
Nice pitch on the outside, in for a strike. 0-1. As Robb comes set again in the batter's box, Tom Have will take a look at Lindenfessler. Now he'll opt to throw towards home. This one is fouled. Hits the backstop. In for strike 2. Tom Have has been able to work out of a few jams already. Let's see if he can do it again here. This one is hit hard into left field, going back and making the catch on the line. He was diving. That's Connor Allen. Laid all the way out, extended, looked like it was going to get over his head. That is a big out. Stepping up in left field, Connor Allen helped his pitcher.
And forces Lindenfessler to make it all the way back to second.
What a catch from Connor Allen.
As a pitcher, Maddie, how much do you appreciate that?
I'm going to high-five them until their hand hurts when they come back in. 2 outs. And the batter at the plate is Kenning. He looked at ball 1 up near his eyes from the hand of Tom Have. So a 1-0 count with the runner on second base and 2 outs. High, pretty much the same spot for ball 2. That one swung on and missed, opting for that hitter's count, trying to take advantage of a fastball. 2-1.
Bottom of the second, 2 out. The Saukees looking to get away with leaving that runner on second.
Next pitch to the 8-hitter. Evens things up. 2-2 with 2 outs. Runner at second base. Second inning, 2s all around.
Lyndon Fessler was the leadoff hitter. He got plunked, ended up at first, stole second base. That's where he's at still.
Tom Have takes a look. Bounces this one off the plate to make it 3-2. Would like to close it out here with the 8 spot if he can, which would make it 9-1-2 in the third.
All right, win it, 2. Win it.
The next pitch from Tom Have, swung on, fouled, out of play. So he says, let's play the game. He gets a new ball. Sachs puts his mask back on, squats down, and gets the pitch call from the dugout. Flashes it to Tom Have. Tom Have will take a peek at the runner. Oh, man. That was a beautiful pitch. Would have been a looking strike 3, but instead called for ball 4. Now runners at first and second with 2 outs. That is a tough pitch. Good
Scoreless game in the bottom of the second inning. Saukees, Raiders, regional finals action from QND.
I don't think it could have got much prettier than that. Tom Have really served it up, and it was called for ball 4. So this one is popped out of play. First strike 1 with the batter Kirk at the plate. Kirk, the right fielder, wears number 19 and bats from the right-hand side. It'll be back to the top of the lineup after Kirk. 0-1. This one is hit in the air. Right fielder Luke Archer, he's not moving too much. He takes a couple steps to his right. He makes the catch for out number 3. We're headed to the top of the third. 0-0 still our score on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Cliff and Cara at Show Me Caviar and State Farm in Pittsfield.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Some track news to pass along. A big congratulations to Blaine Bryant of Bowling Green. His first triple jump of the day is a new school record of 46.3. He's currently in first place. That is impressive to say the least.
Hats up to Blaine Bryant. Hats off to Blaine Bryant, Bowling Green Bobcats, as we have track athletes competing throughout the state of Missouri today.
Additionally, Grace Dieters, her first throw of the day is a new school record as well in the javelin by over 5 feet. So congratulations to Grace Dieters. Lots of individuals competing today. It's that postseason time for all sports. Batter at the plate is Luke Sachs, so it'll be Sachs, Tom Have, Daniel, and then if anybody gets on, it'll be Allen. 2-0 the count. Next pitch, outside. Getting some calls from the crowd. And that one is in for a strike. Coincidentally, it was a worse pitch than the last 3, but that is the one that will be called for a strike. 3-1. This one is ripped hard down the left field line by Sachs. Looking to make a grab on the run is Kenning. Similar to that play from Connor Allen, except no dive. So after going 3-0 to 3-1, it was a nice line drive to left field and a good catch by Kenning. Now Tom Have at the plate with 1 out. He hits this one right back to the pitcher. Line drive caught. That's out number 2. So 5 pitches so far in the inning and 2 outs. Brings Nolan Daniel to the plate. Nolan sees strike 1 on the outside. Make it strike 2. It looked like he wanted to swing at that one, but couldn't bring himself to do it. That one crosses up the catcher, Stupowski. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball low. 2-2. Pitch to Nolan Daniel. He chops this one foul. Was able to bounce it right in between his feet and then out of play. So they'll try 2-2 again with no one on and 2 outs.
Top of the 3rd inning, scoreless ball game.
2-2. That pitch has been called a strike many times today, but it is not this time. 3-2. So a little bit of inconsistency behind the plate. And that one runs inside, ball 4. So after going 0-2, Nolan Daniel works that count back to where he has walked. Now it'll be the 4 spot, Connor Allen at the plate with the runner on first base.
Going from the left side of the plate, back to the right.
Allen made a fantastic play in left field. Let's see if it carries over to the box. First pitch on the outside for strike 1. That definitely had a weird ride in. Good take by Allen. Chopping as made it look like some hit and run, trying to keep his runner Daniel safe. But Daniel will have to go back to first base. I don't think he realized that it was a foul ball. So 0-2 the count. He stood up and he was like, well, where's Connor? So 0-2. And Allen digs back in. Take a peek over at the runner. Nolan Daniel will walk back to first base as the pitcher, Schischler, steps off. So Allen will step into the batter's box. Trying to work this 0-2 count, finding a way on here. And just missing outside was Schischler. 1-2. Almost swinging at it was Allen. His hands motioned towards the ball, but couldn't get his full body into the swing, and a good decision at that, where he was able to draw a ball. 1-2, taking off on the pitch is Nolan Daniel. This one is fouled out of play. So Daniel will have to go back, and Allen stays alive at the plate.
Again, scoreless ball game, top of the 3rd inning, Saukees at the plate.
Good at bat by Connor Allen. It's one thing that Pittsfield has done well. They've seen a lot of pitches, and they've seen a lot of pitches well. Been able to capitalize at the plate, just haven't converted into any runs. Oh, a pitch way up and outside is called for strike 3. So he gets caught looking. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd. No score on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice is seeking compassionate nurses to join our work family. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and flexible scheduling. Don't wait. Apply today at pikecountyhealth.org.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, 0-0 is our score. We've got a good game here today as Pittsfield is taking on Quincy Notre Dame, the Raiders. The winner of this game continues on in a postseason jaunt. And then the loser of this ball game, unfortunately, their season comes to an end. Coming into this ball game, Pittsfield is 26-4. Those losses coming near the beginning of the season, so they've just kind of been on a tear over the last few weeks. And then Quincy Notre Dame has lost just one game this year. 31-1 is their record. And number 6 will lead things off. It's the top of the lineup, Jake Schischler. So pitcher versus pitcher matchup. Ball 1 is taken high.
Some fans can take this in from the parking lot, situated so that if you have a sunroof, you've got a pretty good seat.
Not too bad. That ball carries flowing outside for ball 2. A hitter's count now for Schischler. He digs in. Tom Have slows things down a little bit to try to find the zone, and just missing inside for ball 3. 3-0. That one is a get-over fastball, taken for the first strike in the count. First strike of the inning, that is. It's 3-1. The next, same spot. It's called for ball 4. So some inconsistency behind the plate creates adversity for both teams. Isn't just happening on one side. So it's who's going to be able to cross the plate first, as this has just been a pitcher's duel. Now Tollerton at the plate. It's Tucker. Plays center field and bats on the left-hand side. That one is in for a strike. 0-1.
Scoreless ball game, bottom of the third. Q&D with a runner at first.
He is a Raider. Brennan Tomhave tosses the ball over to first base, goes a little wide. Clayton Reinhardt has to reel it in. As that ball gets away, it's going to run for a while, but
the runner, the pitcher, actually stumbled going back to first.
High. 1-1. Tom Have would love a ground ball here. This one is fouled out of play. Strike 2 works as well. One, 2. On the batter, Tollerton. He loads back as Tom Have comes set. He'll make the pitch. It's high, 2-2. The delivery from Tom Have. Off speed. Good pitch. Tried to get him to chase. Didn't happen. It's now 3-2.
Full count on Tucker Tollerton.
He swings at that one, fouls it back out of play. They'll try 3-2 again.
Nobody out yet in the bottom of the third. Runner on first.
The next pitch from Tom Have. Runner takes off. This one is hit past the first baseman, Reinhardt, and this ball is rolling slow. Then runner advances from first to third base. So some hit and run action. He took off as the pitch was thrown. He's able to advance all the way over to third. And a single for Tollerton. Not necessarily a hard hit ball, but it did find a hole. So Jared Hines will be out to talk to his team as those runners on the corner with no outs. Looks like it'll be a quick conference. Just trying to calm them down, talk about what are we going to do There's always that possibility of a bunt.
Nobody out, runners on the corners. Bottom of the third inning. Scoreless ball game. Regional final action from QND.
It's been a pitcher's battle all day so far.
Best scoring opportunity of the day so far for the Raiders.
And it'll be Dalton Miller, the first baseman. They have that opportunity to execute a squeeze bunt, which could cause some chaos. Let's see what they opt for. Well, it looks like he's going to swing, at least for that first pitch, and he does not swing. It's ball one. Didn't flash any bunts or any signs of bunts either, so you are at that heart of your lineup. Ball two. Good stop by Luke Sachs, who was sliding on his knees to make that stop so it doesn't get to the backstop.
It's just a little bit outside.
2-0, a hitter's count for Dalton Miller. Miller stands at the back of the box, wide stance. Got an orange bat that he's rocking today. The next pitch. How to play. 2-1. The next pitch from Tom Have as he tries to battle into this count. Taking off on the pitch. It's a hit and run. One run's going to come across the score. Into third base is Tollerton. And over at first base, it's Dalton Miller. So an RBI single right up the middle. And a lead for Quincy Notre Dame. 1-0 with runners at the corners again and still no outs.
And still the heart of the order the Raiders are working through.
4, 5, 6. Kindheart, Lennon Fessler, and Stupowski. Good jump over at first base. Runner at third is the priority. Squatting all the way down, and I think making that pitch look like it was a ball. That's what it was called for. Ball one. Not a bad pitch from Tom Have. 1-0. 2-0. I think the biggest issue for Tom Have this inning has been working from behind. Every batter that he has faced, he has worked from behind. And he's gotten away with it some throughout the course of this ball game, but this inning is when Quincy Notre Dame has been able to convert. They're going to take those little things and turn them into big things. If you're going to give them things for free, they will take them. So that's not how you get 31. You got to do it. You get 31 wins in a season, have only lost one game. That means they're doing those little things right. That one is in for a strike to make it 3-1.
These two ball clubs with a combination of 57 wins between the two of them this year.
Impressive. 3-1 pitch from Tom Have. Fouled out of play, so he's back in this count. It's just taking him a while to get here. 3-2.
Sometimes in the spring, it's just impressive to be able to get that many games in.
Oh, I know. You're telling me that these teams have played 30 games apiece at least? That's crazy. Mother Nature was kind to us this 2023 season. Taking off on the pitch. Foul ball. So they'll try 3-2 again. They are really on top of that hit and run. With the heart of your lineup, it's always nice to have insurance if you can have it. That could be found with the squeeze bunt, but you're at the heart of your lineup, so you'd like to see them knock a couple runs in with a hit, even if that means a sac fly to right field. This one is popped out of play. 3-2. So now they're working Tom Have.
Again, bottom of the third, runners at the corners for the QND Raiders. Nobody out, full count.
Here comes Tom Have. Hits the batter. Bases loaded. No outs. Tried to put something on it. Found the back of the batter. Kindheart.
Second hit batter of the inning. No, not of this inning. That was last inning.
That was in the second. Yep.
Of the ball game.
Lennon Fessler was the one that was hit. So first pitch in for a strike. 0-1. Ball one. That carries high. Luke Sachs stands on his tippy toes to make sure that ball doesn't get past. To even this count up 1-1. They do have the force at home as bases are loaded. It's a 1-0 lead for QND over Pittsfield currently. This one hit hard down that right field line, tailing, and it finds the fence but foul.
Fine job protecting the truck.
I think that's why they're stationed there. Like, you're not getting past us. Couple of Pittsfield fans. That ball way high, 2-2. There are some folks with, out of the sunroof, they have gloves. Do you see that?
They're prepared.
They brought their ball gloves.
On the hood of the car with a glove. If you're going to park there, it makes sense to come prepared.
3-2. This one is lined back to Brennan Tomhave. He throws it to second or third base. He gets the double play. Was able to have enough time as the runner at third was way off the bag. Lined back to Tomhave. He quickly turns to third base. Covering the bag was Hayden Gratton. And they turn the double play.
Big base running error that time by the QND Raiders. Saukees were able to capitalize. So instead of nobody out with the bases loaded, now 2 away.
Michael Stupasky at the plate. He swings and misses. Foul tip, though, and it's held on to by Luke Sachs. 0-1. That is a very heads-up play. Everybody was where they needed to be, and that takes a lot of pressure off here. Good pitch. Kind of some looping action to it. May have started higher in the zone and ended lower in that back half. So it is called for a ball, 1-1. That pitch. Good toss. And a nice throw by Luke Sachs down to third base. He's able to get the runner that was stealing. Saukees get out of this inning with 1 run just crossing the plate. Our score is 1-0. QND has the lead over Pittsfield on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
At Central State Bank, you're not just an account. You're a person with hopes, dreams, and family that you work hard to provide for, which is why at Central State Bank, they work hard to help you with checking and savings accounts, business and personal loans, along with investments. It's because when it comes right down to it, banking isn't simply about money. It's about helping people make their dreams come true. Central State Bank, central to your banking needs with locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
What a way to end that bottom half of the third as Quincy Notre Dame, they were able to get 1 run come across the plate, so it is a 1-0 lead that they do have. But Brennan Tomhave, he had a line drive back to him. He was able to turn the double play. And then Luke Sachs had just a beautiful throw down to third. Covering the bag was Hayden Grattan. They were able to get the runner stealing, and that was out number 3. So they ended the threat for any more runs to come across the plate.
The Raiders were set up for a big inning.
They truly were. With no outs, they had the bases loaded. Swinging, missing for 0-2. That's Hayden Grattan at the plate, who just assisted in the end of that inning. He gets caught looking. That's 0-3. Strike 3. Grattan will have a seat for out number 1.
So far in this ball game, the only player to cross the plate is the pitcher for the QND Rainers, Schischler.
He got things started, was able to come around and score, but that's it. Top of the 4th inning with 1 out, and Pinnock at the plate. This one is hit hard into left field. It's going to drop between the shortstop and the left fielder. A single for Justin Pinnock. Now 1 out and a runner at first. Coming to the plate, it'll be Tim Hall.
The second baseman, number 8, Tim Hall.
He had a good at-bat his last, but ended up going down looking on strikes. But he was able to foul a few pitches off and extend the inning for a little longer, and that one is fouled out of play for strike 1.
Top of the 4th inning, runner on first, only 1 away for the Saukees.
Ball 1. As standing up to make sure that that doesn't go any further was Suposki. The next pitch, stealing second base. A really good jump by Pinnock. He took off as soon as the pitcher made the motion towards home. He was diving and had to hang on to the side because he couldn't stop going into left field. But 1-2 now on Tim Hall. And strike 3. He gets caught looking as well. That's going to come back to haunt you. 2 outs with that runner at second base.
The first baseman, number 22, Clayton Reinhardt.
Now Reinhardt will look to tie this game up. With 2 outs, that runner at second base is Pinnock, swinging at the first pitch. His swing just kind of looks inside out. He'll dig back in. He's getting tied up. He had it happen the last time he was at the plate, 1-1. And it could just be the wide range of pitches that Schischler has to offer. One, 2-1.
2 outs, runner on second, top of the 4th inning. Regional final action, the first of 2 games on Eagle 102 today.
This one is hit hard. Going back is the right fielder and the center fielder. It's going to drop between them. This game is tied. A double for Clayton Reinhardt. He's going to stand up. He turns to his dugout and does an odd celebration. I don't know if that was a dinosaur or what that was. We'll have to ask him after the ball game. But he ties this game up at 1 apiece. That was a big double coming through in a big moment with 2 outs. 1-1 our score. They just trade places. Now the 9 spot, it's Luke Archer coming to the plate. What a shot from Reinhardt. Hit it to the deepest part of the park. Right fielder had a pretty good beat on it as this one is fouled out of play off the bat of Archer. Looked like he was going to be able to get out there and try to make the attempt to dive. Then the ball started cutting more towards center.
Saukees were able to capitalize on the 2-out hit, tie the ball game up at 1.
A 1 count to Archer. That one off the end of the bat to make it 0-2. Archer gets set in the batter's box. He's ready for the next pitch from Schischler. Fouled out of play. 0-2 again. It'd be nice for the Saukees to take the lead here, or at least turn the lineup over. Oh, 2 pitch. Chopped foul. Oh, 2 the count to Archer.
Runner at second, top of the 4th inning, 1-1 ball game.
Long pause. Gets him to swing and a miss. Ties him up on the inside. That's strike 3. We are headed to the bottom of the 4th inning, but this game is tied at 1 apiece. You're listening to high school baseball action on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri. Member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Bottom of the 4th, 1-1 our score as a big double from Clayton Reinhardt tied this ball game up. Now you got to not allow Quincy Notre Dame to score again so you can get back in, and it seems like things are going well for the offense for Pittsfield. But due up at the plate, it is number 9, Michael Stupaski. After that, it'll be Nolan Robb and Evan Kenning. If anybody gets on, it'll be Colin Kirk. That one is fouled out of play for strike 1. In a little bit, we'll give you some updates because there's lots of track information coming through as individuals are competing in sectionals. There's individuals that are competing in state, so we'll pass some information along as soon as we have it. As hit by a pitch is Stupaski. So that's 3 batters that have been hit all in this latter half of the lineup.
Tom Have not happy with himself after that one.
And it seems like it's the same pitch that has beaten all of them. So there will be a courtesy runner coming into this ball game. It's number 24. Let's see here. And unsure of who that is. So number 24 is in for Quincy Notre Dame. We have names, no numbers. This one is hit into right field. It's tailing down the line and foul. Finds the bullpen. That would have been a big break. But a long strike is all that one is. So the runner will head back to first base.
Gavin Dolman, number 24, and is the pinch runner.
Thank you. So Dolman is in as the courtesy runner for Stupaski. So he's at first base with no outs, and at the plate, it's Nolan Robb. On deck is Kenning as Tom Have tosses over to first base to check on the runner.
Dolman back in safe.
This one is bunted, stays up in the air long enough that somebody could have made a run for it, but Reinhardt got a late jump. So, makes it strike 2. We've seen Pittsfield turn that double play a couple of times today. Be nice to get it here. Next pitch to Rob is bounced in, but a great block from Luke Sachs. He keeps it in front and keeps runner at first. One, two. The count on the batter.
Bottom of the fourth, nobody out. Runner at first.
Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Brennan Tomhave. Now one out with the runner at first. That brings in Evan Kinning. As Tomhave tries to get his footing ready for the next pitch. First pitch in for a strike. He seems to be working more efficiently here, getting ahead of hitters, which is a good adjustment from last inning. He only gave up 1 run his last inning, but he threw a lot of pitches, and he got into counts far too deep, allowing individuals to see more pitches than they need to be. He does check on the runner at first base, but back in safely is Dolan.
Saukees and Raiders tied up at 1. Bottom of the fourth.
Off speed. Freezes him, and it is in for a strike, so that makes it 0-2. Tomhave has been dealing. Done a good job so far today. Oh, 2 pitch. Outside. Make it 1-2. Good waste pitch, but a good job by Sachs, who was able to slide over and make sure that ball didn't go any further. The 1-2 pitch now from Tomhave. He looks the delivery. Gets him on the check swing. That's strike 3. Home plate umpire called. You can't argue that one. Oh, that is now 2 outs with the runner at first. Just briefly flashed his hands towards that pitch and called for strike 3. That was Kinning. Now Colin Kirk will step in the box.
So
2 outs.
After hitting the first runner with nobody out, after hitting the first batter, nobody out with that runner on first, Saukees have retired the next 2.
Both from strikeouts. First pitch is hit into left center field. Running over, calling off his left fielder. It's Nolan Daniel. That's out number 3. We're headed to the top of the 5th. 1-1 our score on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
Welcome to Vast National Bank. How can I help you?
Hey, I'm here to talk to someone about a loan.
Oh, I'll grab you the L97B. We call it the Just Talking form.
What about actually applying for a loan?
Oh my, let me pop in the toner cartridge. Hey Bill, you want to pass me the big stapler?
Yeah, I'm just going to go to People's Savings Bank.
Skip the mega banks. When you need a loan, visit People's Savings Bank. The people you know and trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
1-1 our score as Pittsfield is taking on QND in this regional final. At the plate, leading things off, it is the top of the lineup as this one's hit right back up the middle. It's a single for Luke Sachs. That's how things will begin. Good start to the inning. Now Brennan Tomhave comes to the plate as opting for a quick conversation with his pitcher. It's Stupowski to Schischler. Schischler heads back to the bump, and they'll have a call from Stupaski on what to do if a bunt is flashed, where they're throwing. Looks like there is some action in the bullpen for the Pittsfield Saukees. Unsure of who it is currently. It looks maybe like Pinnock. I think it is. Brennan Tomhave flashes bunt, pulls back. They check on the runner at first base. He's in safely. Won the count. Flashing bunt again, but they will check on the runner as Tomhave steps out.
We'll remind you again, this is the first.
Bunted back to the pitcher. Moves the runner. Brennan Tomhave thrown out at first base for out number 1, but he did his job to get the runner in scoring position.
We'll remind you again, this is the first of 2 games today with Eagle 102 Sports. Regional final action, here's the Pittsfield Saukees and QND Raiders squaring off. Game tied up at 1 apiece in the top of the 5th. Then we'll have regional final action from Payson Seymour. The Pleasant Hill Lady Wolves will be in action.
Nellen Daniel hits this one a mile down the right field line, but foul. That one goes all the way, I think, to the road, Gordon.
Yeah, it looked like it bounced across the road, headed towards a house across the street that probably doesn't get a ton of souvenirs, but likely gets a few.
So strike 1 on the batter, Daniel. He has that runner at second base. It'd be nice to knock him in if possible. Luke Sachs got things started off with a ground ball up the middle. This one is rolled slowly to the second baseman. It moves the runner. Daniel is tossed out at first base, but now that runner 90 feet closer. Be nice to get the lead here. Situational hitting. Great job by Pittsfield.
Connor Allen stepping to the plate for the Saukees.
Connor Allen, the 4 spot, which is exactly who you want with a runner on. Strike 1 high on the outside. Ball gets away from the catcher. Stupaski heads to the backstop to get it. They wanted Luke Sachs to get a good lead and come home, but you also don't want to be the third out at home plate. I think Connor Allen was hoping for his teammate to cross as he was jumping and not the happiest, but 1-1 the count now. Digs back in and says, well, I'll do the job myself. Ooh, gets tied up off speed, low outside, now 1-2. So Connor Allen's going to have to make the adjustment here. I think what he needs to do is take a step out and take a big deep breath. He gets caught swinging at strike 3. Chase low out of the zone. We are headed to the bottom of the 5th. We're still knotted at 1 on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Loyalty Dogs, Crazy Ladies Garden Center, and Niebuhr Funeral Homes.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
On every journey, you should enjoy peace of mind. I'm Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We take pride in keeping you protected. That's why we offer discounts for good students, safe driving, and more. Trust us to look out for the road ahead. For a free insurance quote on your home, auto, farm, or ATV needs, give myself or
Shelley Clucky
a call today. Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the square in Bowling Green.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Bottom of the 5th inning. Pittsfield, they had an opportunity to score there. I think what happened was Luke Sachs had turned his back after that ball had gotten away because it had such a hard skip that I think he just assumed that ball was going to bounce right back. He turns back to third base. He doesn't end up scoring, and Connor Allen goes down swinging at the box.
Both teams have passed up an opportunity to get some runs. That double play that the Saukees were able to pull off earlier on the Raiders helped kill a scoring opportunity for QND, and QND just dodged a bullet in the last inning.
Strike one to the top of the lineup. It's Shishler. He flashes his hands towards the pitch, but it is taken for a ball. 1-1. The next, fouled out of play, 1-2. Good job by, do we have a pitching change? No, it's Brennan Tomhave still. They did warm somebody up, but I wanted to make sure that we didn't have any changes in between innings. That's Brennan Tomhave out there still.
Shishler, the only player to score for the QND Raiders so far, their pitcher, as he got on to lead off, I think 2 innings ago.
Yes. That is correct. They were able to take the lead, and Pittsfield responded almost immediately. That one has some cutting action. It is fouled back out of play, 2-2.
1-1 our score, bottom of the 5th inning.
And it's top of the lineup, 1-2-3 at the plate for Quincy. This one fouled out of play. Good job by Tomhave. His relief pitcher looks like it's going to be Pinnock, who is playing shortstop. But for now, he's sailing. He's cruising. He's had a pretty good game. He's given up 1 run. Would like to keep it that way.
3 hit batters.
That's the only red flag he has for today. That ball upstairs, 3-2. He's been able to get out of bases loaded jams. He's turned a couple of double plays himself. He really has put his team in a position where they're able to get a win. Ball 4. Started things off well, but able to work the count, which is, I'm assuming, why Shishler is at the top of the lineup, because he's able to do that often. Smart hitter. He walks his way to first base, brings in the 2 spot, Tucker Tollerton. High, ball 1. Not a bad pitch. They will take a look at the runner. Shishler is the likely candidate to make a steal here. This one is lined into left field. Connor Allen dives, and it gets past him. He's going to have to run to the wall. Shishler is hustling. They get the ball in quickly. He'll stop at third base as the ball rolls towards home. Tomhave does make the stop. So Connor Allen doing his best to try to make that attempted slide grab over in left field. It 1 hops, gets past him. He recovers quickly, and runners at second and third with no outs.
The Raiders have created another scoring opportunity. They had one a little bit earlier in the ballgame. Saukees defense helped dig out of that one.
And it'll be Dalton Miller, Brady Kindheart, and then Jack Linenfelser. And are they going to make a pitching change?
The courtesy runner comes in for Shishler.
As Brennan Tomhave comes down from the bump. It is the pitching coach that's out to talk with the team. It doesn't look like they are swapping the ball with anybody. So I'm assuming there's some conversation of, hey, we have to get this done. If this doesn't happen, it'll be Pinnock coming into the ball game. But just looks like a conversation about what they want to do now, and a little bit of a confidence refresher for Brennan Tomhave. So second and third, no outs. Brady Kindheart at the plate. And they are actually going to intentionally walk him. So now bases are loaded. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Dalton Miller that was intentionally walked, and now Brady Kindheart at the plate. So that brings in the 4 spot. Ball one, bodied by Luke Sachs. He does a really good job behind the plate. There's not much that gets past him. Got a good arm. Seems like he knows his pitchers well. So 1-0. Kindheart at the plate. This one is hit high in the air, right field. Under it, making the catch, it's Archer. He's going to toss the ball in. One hopper to the plate, but sliding in just in time. And Q&D takes the lead 2-1. So a sacrifice fly. Runner at second base does move on to third on the throw. So corners with one out. Lennon Fessler at the plate. And they're going to talk to Tom Have. Looks like Sachs just wants to see what he wants to throw. I think Tom Have may have shook him off a couple of times, so just trying to see what he's feeling confident with now with Lennon Fessler.
Q&D now leading by one. Still runners on the corner. It's a 2-1 ball game. Bottom of the fifth inning. Regional finals action from Quincy Notre Dame High School.
Lennon Fessler digs in. It'll be 5-6-7. Tom Have looking to minimize here. This one is popped high in the air. Will it stay on the field of play? No, it'll find the parking lot. But it is a strike. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch from Tom Have finds the turf to make it 1-1. They check on the runner over at first base. The runner at third base, Tollerton, he stays close to home. Tom Have. Next pitch high. Goes way upstairs. It's 2-1. Runners at the corners with one out. This is a big moment here. Be nice to leave him stranded. Off speed. Way out in front of it was Lennon Fessler. He puts it in the parking lot. 2-2. He takes his helmet off, adjusts the hair, the flow, I guess is what we should call it, and then puts his helmet back on before stepping in the batter's box to face Tom Have. The 2-2 delivery. Swung on, fouled back to the screen. Good battle here.
Again, one out, 2-2 count. Runners on first and third. Bottom of the fifth inning. Q&D is just taking a one-run lead over the Pittsfield Saukees in this regional final game from Q&D.
Doesn't get him to chase. Now 3-2. You definitely don't want to load the bases up again here. You were able to get an out. It was a sacrifice fly to right field. Archer did his best to get the ball in as quickly as he could. That fly was just so deep out that the throw was going to have to be a really strong one. This one is also fouled out of play. He's got the timing down pat. Tom Have gets the ball that's tossed back in. Bats it down. Remains locked-eyed with the runner at third base, Tollerton. 3-2. The next pitch. Chopped right back to Tom Have. He throws to second base. They're going to try to turn two. Oh, and pulls his foot from the bag as the throw was a little wide. It's Clayton Reinhardt. Tucker Tarleton is still at third base, so they get the force out at second base, but runners still at the corners. But now 2 outs.
Some QND fans obviously hoping that Tarleton was going to make his way home.
Evan Mick goes on at first base. Good job by Brennan Tomhave to induce that ground ball and then field it cleanly to get the lead runner out. He peeked at the runner, Tarleton at third base before throwing to second base. Quick turn by Pinnock. Pinnock stepped on the bag, and then throw was just a little wide. Reinhardt tried to keep his foot on the bag, didn't happen, but it would have been really nice to have that double play to get out of the inning. Instead, Michael Stupaski steps back into the box. That ball low outside. 2-0. Runner takes second base. Excuse me, it's 1-1. Next pitch swung on, make it 1-2. Good pitch from Tomhave.
2 away, runners now on second and third for QND.
Tomhave looking to close the door so his team can get back in and hit the ball some more. This one is hit high in the air. Running in, calling everyone off. It's Nolan Daniel. He makes the catch for out number 3. We're headed to the top of the 6th inning. 2-1. QND now has the lead on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Central State Bank of Illinois, Hanel's Service Station, and Lynn's Heritage House.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Top of the 6th inning. Quincy Notre Dame has the lead over the Pittsfield Saukees. It's 2-1. This has been a fantastic game. It's been a pitcher's battle through and through. Brennan Tomhave has been superb for Pittsfield and has definitely given his team a chance to win this regional final, which is exactly what Coach Jared Hines wanted out of him coming into today's game.
Outstanding ball game, outstanding day for the game today. We mentioned before the facilities here at Quincy Notre Dame, they're spectacular. This is the first of 2 ball games on Eagle 102 today. One more regional final game headed your direction a little bit later. Game that was rescheduled from yesterday. The Pleasant Hill Lady Wolves will be in action in Payson Seymour, and we'll have that for you coming up. It's scheduled currently for a 3 o'clock first pitch, 2:45 pregame. First pitch delivered.
That is Hayden Gratton at the plate. And the next to him. Swung on and missed to even things up. And calling time is Gratton.
We're in the top of the 6th inning. Raiders lead the Saukees 2-1.
Check swing from Gratton. Just threw his hands at it to make it 1-2. One-two pitch. Swung on and missed. Had some high heat from Schischler. And another strikeout recorded. That's been the toughest thing to swallow, I guess, to say for Pittsfield today is the number of strikeouts that they have had at the plate, looking and swinging. They've only plated 1 run so far, left some runners in scoring position. It's now Justin Pinnock at the plate. He had a big hit his last at-bat. He took ball 1. This one is Hit on the ground to the third baseman, takes a couple of hops. Brady Kindhart fires a fastball over to first base.
2 away.
Now steps in Tim Hall, who's struggled a little bit with the pitcher, Schischler. 2 outs. Ball low.
Saukees looking for a little 2-out magic to get back that run they gave up last inning.
That one outside for ball 2. Hall will step back in. It is a hitter's count. Let's see what he does here. Is he taking or is he going to swing? The next pitch from Schischler. He swings. This one's hit high into right field. It's towering. Colin Kirk finds the line, stations himself to make the catch for out number 3. We are headed to the bottom of the 6th, 2-1. QND leads Pittsfield on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Cliff and Cara at Show Me Caviar and State Farm in Pittsfield.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the number one priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102 brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Bottom of the 6th, 2-1 our score. This has been a fantastic game and good game from both sides. It's been fun to watch. Pitchers battle as Tom Have will see the start of this inning as well. Pittsfield is trailing 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. So they have 3 outs to try to tie this game / take the lead, whatever they choose to do. As pitch on the outside corner is taken for strike 1. At the plate, it's Nolan Robb. This one is hit into center field, running back. He just looks so comfortable out there. Nolan Daniel, he makes the catch for out number 1.
It's a pretty good poke.
Looked like it was going to go a little bit further than it did. It is a really deep field. It's 370 to center. But out number 1 is recorded. Now it'll be the 8 spot, Kinning. Oh, they're going to have a pinch hitter. Okay. Mason Winking is going to be batting in place. He wears number 31. This one is hit hard to the third baseman. Making the stop, though, is Gratton. He throws across the diamond to third base for out number 2.
2 away for the Saukees here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pittsfield went down 1-2-3 in the top of the 6th. They're looking to return the favor.
It's exactly what you want to see out of Tom Have, who has put his team in a really good spot today. That pitch taken outside for a strike. 0-1. At the plate, it's Kirk. This one hit high in the air, crashing in and making the catch. It's Nolan Daniel. So Pinnock was running out. Somebody was going to catch it. It was Nolan Daniel who called off his teammate. We are headed to the top of the 7th. Pittsfield has to act now as they trail 2-1 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
At Central State Bank, you're not just an account. You're a person with hopes, dreams, and family that you work hard to provide for, which is why at Central State Bank, they work hard to help you with checking and savings accounts, business and personal loans, along with investments. It's because when it comes right down to it, banking isn't simply about money. It's about helping people make their dreams come true. Central State Bank, central to your banking needs with locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, the Saukees have 3 outs to get it done here. They need to at least tie it. And this would be a good place to start. It's going to be Reinhardt at the plate, and he was the one who had a deep double to right center field. His last at bat, there's lots of cheering.
Well, they're looking for him to wrap it up here.
Okay. Well, it sounded like somebody was being removed from a game as though they were retiring. I was like, we're not to that point yet. 1-0, the count to the batter, Reinhardt. Anyways, I'll finish my thought now that I was rudely interrupted downstairs. As Reinhardt takes strike one, so 1-1. But Reinhardt was the one who traded places with Pinnock his last at-bat and was able to get the Saukees on the board to tie this game. And then Q&D was able to take the lead later. It's now 2-1 our score with Reinhardt at the plate and 2-1 the count. Make it 3-1.
Schishler's still looking strong.
His velocity has not wavered. The next pitch. Outside. Strike 2. So Reinhardt will at least see another pitch in this at bat. But it'd be nice to get him on to start this inning. Off speed. He thought it was ball 4. Everyone in the Pittsfield dugout thought it was ball 4. It is strike 3 and out number 1.
The one person who it really, really matters to thought it was strike number 3.
He's had quite a few controversial calls today, which you can understand the frustration, especially the game's been on the line all afternoon, but this is when it's truly on the line. Strike 1 taken by Luke Archer.
Schishler works quick at times.
He did just there. 1-1 to even things up. Luke Archer went chasing on a pitch low outside. 1-2. The next pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And trying to be fancy throwing it around, they actually throw it into left field.
Come on, boys, let's go. Come on, Q&D, let's go.
So, 2 outs, back to the top of the lineup, Luke Sachs. And the Saukees are down to their last out. First pitch, bounced in for ball 1.
Two outs, top of the 7th. Q&D up 2-1.
Pitch outside, I guess is what the umpire is saying. It is in for a ball. 2-0. That is the same pitch that Reinhardt was rung up on. So that's the same pitch just now, and it is called for a strike that time. 2-1. Three-1. Ball bounces in on that right-hand batter's box. Sachs at the plate. Pittsfield down to their final out with the top of the lineup. This one is fouled out of play to make it 3-2.
Schishler, no stranger to the full count.
Sachs gets ready. The next pitch. Catches him looking on the inside corner. QND wins this ball game 2-1. We'll talk about this one next in the postgame show on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice is seeking compassionate nurses to join our work family. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and flexible scheduling. Don't wait. Apply today at pikecountyhealth.org.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance and financial service needs. Call, email, text, or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield, a family-oriented office, is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
What a game this afternoon. Unfortunately, the Pittsfield Saukees see their season come to an end. They finished the year with a record of 26-5. Quincy Notre Dame improves to 32-1 and will now play in sectionals. And
there's a heck of a ball game.
There's not too many bad things you can really say about this ball game. I thought Brendan Tomhave threw a fantastic game. I thought that Pittsfield played a great game. It just comes down to those little things, and that's exactly what Coach Jared Hines talked about in our keys to the game. And we talked and we had a good conversation on the phone earlier in the week. And, it comes down to Quincy Notre Dame being able to take advantage of what was given to them, and that's exactly what happened. They weren't given much from Brennan Tomhave. He was able to get out of innings. He had some good defensive plays behind him, but when it came down to it, their offense executed one more time than Pittsfield did.
Even some of the calls behind the plate that might not have been super consistent went both directions.
Mm-hmm. And so both teams had to battle the adversity, and it just kind of stinks that when you look at that last inning, you go down on strikeouts. All three were strikeouts, and the umpire definitely played a big factor in that final inning, and so you can't blame everything on the umpire. Pittsfield had quite a few attempts and had a lot of chances to even get that run across to make it where they get that lead or, whatever it may have been at the time, but Quincy Notre Dame was able to capitalize and Pittsfield was unable to. And so still a good game played by both sides, and whoever came out on top, you knew it was going to be a good win.
Yeah, both teams had some opportunities that they weren't able to capitalize on, but saw some great defense as well.
We will wrap this one up and talk about the game that we have coming up in a little while. It'll be a championship again, and that's going to start at 3 o'clock. We'll talk about it next on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for ego. Power beyond belief.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports comes health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green Clopton and the Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athletes. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Pittsfield sees their season come to an end. Final score, 2-1 to Quincy Notre Dame, and Quincy Notre Dame is one of those really good teams, and so I think Pittsfield was in it until the end, and they gave them a run for their money, and I think that Pittsfield, you take advantage of a couple of missed opportunities, and they come out on the side of victory. And so definitely a really good showing by them in this postseason. But the thing, whenever it comes to postseason, that we always have to remember is, that win is never guaranteed. And I think we have a luxury of some really talented athletes in our area, and we see quite a few teams making it to that district championship, that postseason play. They keep winning, and we're so fortunate to see that, but it's never guaranteed. In games like today, either one of these teams, I think, would have done well at that next round.
Yeah, and when you're talking about baseball and you've got two teams with a combined total of 57 wins stepping onto the field, those opportunities you mentioned that have to be capitalized on, Pittsfield was able to dodge the bullet twice against QND, but they weren't able to capitalize that one time when they had a chance, which might have made the difference.
And you can think about the what ifs all day long, but what if Luke Sachs steals home and he ties this ball game up? What happens in the end? And there's always going to be that thought in your head, and that's probably something that he's going to keep in his mind for a while. But nothing to hang your heads over. It was a really good game this afternoon. Pittsfield Saukees just come out on the losing side 2-1.
QND, obviously big school, big program, even though they're playing in the same class. It's a private school.
It is.
And you could tell when the players take the field, too. There's a little bit of a size difference that the Saukees were giving up.
Definitely. And just a good game today, so best of luck to the Pittsfield Saukees. Those that are returning or those that will be moving on and continuing their education or joining the workforce, whatever it may be, as the school year comes to an end. We will have softball headed your way next. It will be Pleasant Hill taking on Liberty, the Eagles, so Wolves taking on Eagles, and that will be in Payson, so we'll head that way in just a few minutes here shortly. We'll bring you that regional championship as well. So that's the regional final, and we will have that game right here on Eagle 102. 2:45 is our scheduled pregame. 3 o'clock is first pitch. But for now, from Maddie, from Gordon, good afternoon, everybody.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from